This video is sponsored by TITSITSE, but I'm going to talk about them later. I think Dr. Dalitso Kabambe may actually win the 2025 general election. Now, take me for every letter of my words. I am saying he may, and while this video is going to be 100% unbiased, we'll see about that, but this is not me in any way endorsing DK. I'm just making an analysis of the current political situation in our country. If this video hurts your feelings, I have one word for you. Please sue, or please get hurt. And I think this is something like 2 words or something like that. But if you happen to agree with what I'm saying, follow me and subscribe to this channel. It'll help me a lot to grow this channel. Okay, in an unexpected twist of events, Dalitso Kabambe adayedzekatu a Patricia Galiati, a Matthews Ntumbuka, a Newton Kambala, komanso paja a Michaels adazisiya kuti sayimiranso convention ya UTM. It was a shocking landslide. But for most people, it was not surprising. Anthu ambiri tu amamupopa Kabambe kuti ndi wanzeru potenganso ndi momwe adagwirira ntchito the governor wa Reserve Bank of Malawi.
Is all lost? The Tonse government has 2 more years. Is all lost? Kapena, we can forget it.
Brian, pakufunika very, very tough economic decisions.
Like what? Like what?
To be undertaken.
Like what?
Reason, we are going into an elections year next year.
Yeah.
Ndiye budget yathu ikweranso kwambiri chifukwa cha election.
Okay.
Ndiye tikupita kumeneko koma zinthu sizili bwino. Akuyenera akonze fiscal. Now kuti ikonzebe fiscal policy, akuyenera kuti apange cut drastically the budget osayang'ana nkhope.
Okay.
Zinthu zimene zidzazikulu mu budget muja panopa ndi masalary za anthu 1 trillion new pensions. Ndiye undifunseni kuti atonse adula bwanji masalary. I know, but at some point, kumbukira 2012, Her Excellency Just Band, ana kuti abasi ne ndidula salary yanga kuti ichepe. Ukumbukira that time?
I remember.
Ukumbukiranso mu 2020, His Excellency Professor Pamene Mutharika nawonso adadzasiya kuyenda. Ukumbukira?
Yes.
Throughout his period, matrip akunja anadzasiya. I think anadzakhala ndi 6 trips. Anadzasiya kuyenda. Ngakhale my elections za 2020 ukumbukira anangoenda katatu on advice ka from order kugogondo kuti ndamapalibe simungapitirize kumayenda madrip ndi zinthu zimene zikufunika panopa. There are those tough economic decisions. Ndili ku foreign affairs ndikukumbutsa His Excellency Professor Pamene Mutharika tinapita kwa bwana aja ndi honorable Japonda tukapempha bwana kuti bwana mmene chuma chilili tichepetsa anthu akuma embassy chifukwa sidzingatheke kuti tipange maintain all the people in the embassy. Kuma embassy zambiri tiliko chifukwa chake tifuna tilimbikitse nkhani za malonda, tifuna tilimbikitse nkhani za investment FDI, tilimbikitse kwambiri nkhani za anthu ena kuti azitipatsa ndalama, tilimbikitse kwambiri nkhani za anthu tourism, komanso kulimbikitsa ubale. Zinthu 5 tinapita kwa bwana kuti bwana kuma embassy ambiri kuli anthu 30, kuli anthu 40, anthu 50 amene budget ya foreign affairs na imeneyo ili 17 billion yoti tizalipira anthu osewa ma diplomats. Ndiye zinali kuti bwanji bwana anthu osewa abweretse back home. Tingotsalako ndi anthu a maximum 5. Kumene tingakwanitse anthu 3, kumene tingakwanitse anthu 2. Ku Brazil tingati kukhala anthu 2 munthu mwamuna wake kuti amene they can manage a Brazil embassy. Kuti tipange cut, we had managed to cut back the budget from 17 billion down to 5 billion. His Excellency Professor
After the death of Saulos Chilima, he was seen as the right person who could fit in Chilima's big boots, since there was a leadership vacuum in the party. At this point, Kabambe was in DPP, but there were speculations that he wanted to join UTM. At this time, Wusi had been selected as the vice president. He had special interests because it was President Chakwera who had picked him, but it appeared impossible for him to lead the UTM, which had already announced its breakaway from the very alliance imene inamuyika usiyo mboma. Patricia Kaliati ankalemekezedwa ngati mmodzi mwa oyambitsa chipani cha UTM, ndipo anthu amawapanga support ngati manthu wa UTM pa position ya secretary general. Komano atangoyamba kuonetsa interest kuti akufunanso president, adakhumudwitsatu gulu. Owatsatira ambiri adawatuluka amene sadagwirizane ndi maganizo awo. Kaya mwalangiza ndi ndani, but she still upped her campaign regardless, ngakhale zimaonera kuti she has a weak stand. Now Matthews Ntumbuka, engineer Matthews Ntumbuka, adajoina ndali chaka cha 2024. I mean, okay, I'm making this video in December 2024. Koma zimaonera ngati he only joined politics over the illusion kaena kana wauza zoti he was the right replacement for Chilima. We may never know, but he failed to convince many people that he was actually a worthy political opponent, and he failed to gain the highly vital popularity. A Newton Kambala, kapena a engineer Newton Kambala, zimaveka kuti ndi mmodzi mwa anthu amene anayambitsanso chipani cha UTM alongside Akaliati ndi Achilima. Koma na also in the lead up zimaoneka ngati analibenso molalo nkomwe. So I think Kabambe pipe, that was a straight win, yeah? Okay. Akabambe, he came up in these primaries as invisible. Guys, he had endorsements of many influential UTM people. Even Fredokis endorsed him. Felix Njawala endorsed him. I mean, Ambili, they liked Kabambe. So I think it was kinda inevitable. How the UTM primaries were conducted, I think it's not that important. Because I mean, so far Kabambe has already been ratified as the UTM president. But the point of this video is to explore Dalitso Kabambe's strongest case. And for the next few minutes, I'm going to explain why I think Dalitso Kabambe may win the 2025 presidential elections. And this is why I think you need to stick around. Musabange quit. Okay, this is very important. I started this video by telling you about the sponsor of this video. Dalitso Kabambe did not contact me with a sponsored video or anything, even though I'm talking about his greatness. Okay, the sponsor of this video is TITSITSE data deals. Guys, nimabanga my videos are I post by YouTube, Facebook, and sometimes by TikTok. I don't even make any money from this. If you want to support me financially, of course I have a link in the first comment. You see it in the please donate through this link, change and something like that. But I wanted to tell you, you can buy my data bundles pantengo cheaper 1 billion through TITSITSE data deals. My data bundles are take for only the TNM network, and you can get them for yourself by clicking the link that is in the first comment as well. It's pinned. You're going to see pinned comment. So okay, yeah, that was the sponsored segment. Now the release in Kabambe. Dalitso Kabambe tu adaisirako kuimira ngati president wa DP convention. Koma amutalika atangona zoti he wants to have his last dance. I mean, he's in his 80s or something like that. This is literally the last time he's going to run. Akabambe adanyenyala ndikupakira atu ulendo wa UTM. I mean, he had a vision, obviously, or I should say a clear ambition to be president. Komano, let's face it, UTM ndi chipani chaching'ono kwambiri ngati chips jola. Okay, jokes aside, ndi chipani chaching'ono kuyelekeza ndi DP kapena MCV, and kuti azawine mu 2025 zitaukhala zovuta. Komano, I think Dalitso Kabambe likes big odds. I mean, he entered the presidential race in UTM when maybe I or something like that, but then he won. And in this scenario as well, I mean, he's faced with the biggest of odds. I think we could be faced with the greatest upset in Malawian political history. I mean, I've come up with three reasons why I think Kabambe may have the chance. Number one, DK is a novel product. By a novel product, I mean he's new. Novel means new. Okay, I'm not teaching you English here. Dalitso Kabambe has never been in active politics. Sana Emileko or MP. Apart from being a disadvantage, I believe it is it omujira obwino Kabambe. Chifukwa campaign yake itokhala yone nagoti ajagola alepera and now nagola muliro wa mutalika ndiyese nini. I am better than both of them. Okay, I think he can pose as a dynamic economist with the solutions to our current economic mess. Promise an end to our uncontrollable devaluations and put inflation under check. He can get into Hambili. I mean, Sali MCB, Komasa, I mean, Sali DP. I'm talking about independent voters. But okay, let's have a moment of truth, guys. I think I think it cannot be enough for Kabambe to win the presidential election. Chifukwa DPP tubaja ilindi close to 40% ya electorate yatu. I think in 2019 or something like that, they won with like 39% of the total electorate. MCP has around 30 to 35%. This leaves UTM with around 28 to 30%. So this may not be enough to win the popular vote. So we would need another reason I should just say we would need more reasons to change anthu amene sanapange chiganizo panopa komanso anthu amene akusapota MCP kapena DPP. The second reason that I found, I think it can sway voters, ni mfundo yonena kuti MCP has failed and DPP is not the solution. There is a growing sentiment online yonena kuti maga anthu amene ali ngati ku MCP akumana zoti inde chakula zikumuvula something like that, but DPP never again. Okay, fine. These people, they could prefer to go for Kabambe. Of course, I personally think most of these people just hate DPP or Mutharika for no reason. I mean, DPP stands a greater chance of winning in 2025. But it is of course a big mistake to ignore Kabambe's growing popularity, and I think most of these people are going to go for Kabambe in the 2025 elections. Numbers are really stupid. I think so. Because they can change any time. Regardless of the fact that we had over 39% in 2019 or MCP having over 35% in 2019, I strongly believe that numbers can flip. So, if it's not MCP or DPP, we don't need to underestimate the potential of a UTM presidency in 2025, which is really scary for APM fanatics or even for Jaguars fanatics. When I was thinking about this video, I came up with the third reason. It can also sway voters. Anthu ambiri padakhala kuti achilima ali moyo. I think it would be a very different race. Komano, mfundo hii ndionena kuti Kabambe tu is not Saulos Chilima. I believe Saulos Chilima dakapanga struggle to campaign in the 2025 general election because of his involvement in the failed Tonse alliance. I think it would not make sense to trust him after he led Malawians into a perilous and trouble-ridden administration. Guys, zoja katatu patsiku zijazili pati 1 million jobs, something like that. These would make him look like a blatant liar, making him to lose the vital votes. Komano, I think Kabambe stands in a very advantaged position. He is not Chilima for sure, so he is not going to be blamed for Chilima's failures. And I think most people are seeing hope in him, which might actually be more than they would see in Chilima, I think. So you see, he cannot be blamed. Come on, so think about it. He is also going to ride on the Chilima wave. Chilima is not all bad. Chilima's legacy is not all bad, yeah? Some people see Chilima as a hero. So he may also ride on that wave, which would also propel him much closer to power.